How's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Horror. This week, no green screen. Decided it would be kind of cool to kind of just film this in front of the Blu-ray collection. And also because the lighting that I use, all the cords that I have to stretch out on the floor, Bella likes to go after cords. So, decided no green screen today. We're going to do this right in front of the Blu-rays and the statues. So yeah, tonight we're going to be watching a movie that I have not seen. I've seen bits and pieces and clips of it, but I've never actually sat down and watched it. And I think this is yet another week where this is a movie from a franchise we haven't seen yet on Saturday Night Horror. So I'm looking forward to it. Tonight we're going to be watching Piranha II: The Spawning. Now I've actually had this Blu-ray for almost 2 years. For whatever reason, haven't watched it yet. But tonight that's going to change. I'm not expecting too much from it. I'm just looking at the cover. It looks like the piranhas have wings and they're flying, so my hopes aren't too high, but like I said, I've had this Blu-ray for almost 2 years now. It's time to watch it. Who knows, maybe it'll be one of those so bad it's good movies, or maybe it'll be good. I don't know, I hope I enjoy it. But yeah, Piranha, for our story time this week, the first time I ever saw the first Piranha, which was actually the remake of the first Piranha, years and years ago on local cable. I just happened to turn it on, and it had the chick from Baywatch was up there. And I saw this killer fish, and killer fish, I'm automatically interested. So yeah, the first time I ever seen anything from the Piranha franchise was on local cable years and years ago. So anyway, tonight, Piranha II: The Spawning. In the kitchen, we're going to be making one of my favorite meals, if not the ultimate favorite meal of mine, burritos. Now my burritos are different than most, but I love them. So with that being said, let's go out in the kitchen, let's get these burritos done so we can go watch this movie. Like I said, hopefully it doesn't turn out to be too bad. We'll find out. So let's go out in the kitchen, let's get dinner started. Alright everyone, here's our ingredients for our burritos. Of course, you got to have your hamburger meat, obviously. We have taco seasoning mix from McCormick, Chi-Chi's mild, thick, and chunky salsa. Of course, sharp cheddar cheese. Our flour tortillas, and we're going to have lettuce, but I left it in the fridge. So I got the pan heating up, and the first thing we'll do is cook the meat. Alright, we got the meat in the pan. It's starting to cook. The pan hasn't been heating up too long. Like I said, I don't put a lot of things in my burritos. Meat, cheese, salsa, lettuce, maybe refried beans. So let's go ahead and just mix this taco seasoning together while that meat's cooking. Go ahead and pour this in here. Give it a good stir. We'll be good to go. Alright, that's done, and obviously we're going to have to stir it again before we pour it in, but at least it's made, so we won't have to kind of rush. Meat pan is getting a little hotter now, so we're going to chop up this meat. Now, if you've seen my any other video where I'm cooking with meat, I like to chop it up, get these pieces just as small as humanly possible. I do not like big chunks of meat. They got to be small. So we're just going to chop this up. I'm not going to chop it the whole time, but it'll chop till it's cooked. Alright, so the meat is cooked. What we're going to have to do now is drain that grease out. Do not want to leave that grease in there. That's just nasty. So we'll drain the grease out, put it back on the burner. Alright, we drained the grease. Meat is cooked. So now it's time to add our taco seasoning. We stirred it together again. And I'm going to get that those chunks of seasoning out of that measuring cup in a minute. But yeah. Alright, so we're just going to let this cook for a while. That taco seasoning will cook into the meat. It usually doesn't take too long by now because the heat on the pan is so great. Alright everyone, the meat is done. All in all, this took 15 minutes, if it even took that long. It doesn't take long at all, but we're good to go. And this is what the inside of the burrito looks like. Like I said, nothing fancy. Meat, cheese, salsa, lettuce. If we had refried beans, I put them in there too. So I'm gonna roll this up and yeah. Alright, so it's rolled up. It's not pretty, but it tastes good. Now I do put these in the microwave for about 30 or 40 seconds just to get the cheese melted. And there you see Tiger and Bella. Bella likes to play, she tries to play with Tiger, but she bites when she plays, and Tiger doesn't like that, so usually he just walks off. Poor Tiger. Alright, so I stuck this in the microwave. Everything's good. So we got our food. We need to get a drink. And by now, if you don't know what we're drinking, son, you just haven't been watching. I'm kidding. Yeah, we're gonna go out here in the garage. Now my plan was just to have one Coke on a Friday night, one Coke on a Saturday night. Obviously, that plan went to heck. That didn't happen. So anyway, let's go ahead and get our drink here. Yes, sir.
Never, never fun, there's always Coca-Cola, yeah. Coca-Cola, always Coca-Cola.
Now eventually I will do Saturday Night Horror from the garage, but this garage, the heat right now is brutal. If it's hot outside, it's the depths of hell in the garage. If it's cold outside, it's the middle of the Antarctic in the garage, so... Tiger. Okay, we went in the garage and retrieved Tiger. He likes to sneak out there every once in a while. But there we are. Got our burrito. Ice cold Coke. Let's go watch some flying killer fish. Okay, this was actually from earlier in the week. I just thought it was really cool, so I decided to throw it in randomly. We actually had a lightning storm. I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday night, but it's pretty wild, man. So I just thought I'd throw this in here randomly. I recorded it. I was like, I don't want to make a 30-second video, so yeah, this has nothing to do with Saturday Night Horror. I just thought it was pretty cool, so here it is. It's my video. I can do what I want. Alright, and Tiger is out here with me. And, oh, there's Bella. She's going after his tail. I got the lights on tonight. It is the 4th of July. The neighbors are shooting off fireworks, so I want to keep the lights on for the cats so they don't get too scared. Doesn't look like it's bothering them too much, but yeah. Bella's ready to play, obviously. Alright, Tiger left me. Bella crawled in my lap, and she was running around, wore herself out. Now she's sleeping. When she's real comfortable, she sleeps with her mouth open, which is hilarious to me. When she's extremely comfortable, her mouth opens up. Yeah, she slept all day, played for about 4 hours, wore herself out, and now she's sleeping again, so... Yep. Old Bella. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, Piranha 2 was done, and holy crap. I knew it was going to be bad. I just didn't expect it to be that bad. Oh my god, this is a horrible film. Absolutely ridiculous movie. Absolutely horrible movie. And for the most part, it was kind of boring too. So first and foremost, yes, the piranhas do have wings and they do fly in this movie. They swim, but swimming is just not good enough. They fly. It's a result of some genetic experiments that combined DNA from different animal species and made these eggs of these hybrid piranhas. The eggs somehow, honestly, I wasn't really paying attention when they explained how they got in a shipwreck in the ocean, but yeah. Anyway, these piranhas are the result of a genetic experiment combining different DNA from animal species. So now we have killer piranhas with wings, and they fly. Let that sink in for a minute, folks. flying piranhas. Holy crap. Yeah, so let's get into the movie. As always, I don't want to spoil too much about it, so I'm not going to give away a lot of what happens. I will say in the first 15 minutes, we have, matter of fact, as soon as the movie starts, we have a man and a woman, scuba divers, who they're about to go diving for something, and they're like, the woman's like, let's hurry up, let's go down here and do what we were going to do. So they go down there to a shipwreck, and you think maybe they're going to salvage, explore? No, they want scuba diving because they want to make love underwater. So they get completely naked underwater, take off their rebreathers, take off their, they can't breathe, but they're trying to screw each other, which made no sense at all. Unfortunately for them, they decide to screw with each other in the shipwreck where the piranhas hatched, so the piranhas eat them up as they're doing their thing. So unfortunately, they didn't love each other a long time. It was very short. So that's what we started with, and after that I was like, oh great, we're starting with two people going underwater in the ocean to screw each other. This is going to be a great movie. Within that first 15 minutes, we also get a granny who is hitting on a hotel employee, basically saying she wants to rattle his bones. That was wonderful. And we have another woman who fakes drowning because she thinks that the guy that's looking at her, staring at her, is a doctor. So he comes to save her, and she's hoping that, hey, I just pulled myself a doctor. That's all within the 15 minutes, which tells me, hey, they're going to go for lots of cheap sex scenes and all that. Luckily they didn't, but man, this first 15 minutes did not get me enthused about this movie at all. We also have a scene right out of Alien where we have the piranha victim laying on the gurney or table, wherever it is in the morgue, and a piranha bursts out of the hole that's already in his chest, jumps onto the coroner, bites her neck, and the thing is, when the piranhas are eating their victims, they have this weird sound effect, like a whirring motion. I can't replicate it, but it's just so weird, and it doesn't belong. But yeah, the piranha bursts out of the guy's chest, flutters its wings, flies up the woman's neck and chews her up, so that was weird. Lance Henriksen is in this movie, and Lord help him, even he couldn't save it. A lot of the first half of this movie is him arguing with his estranged wife, which gets really irritating, really old, really fast, and you kind of hope the piranhas just decide to stop doing what they're doing and fly over to Lance and his wife and eat them just so they'll shut the hell up. The last 20 minutes features the one scene that had more action than anything. There's a huge gathering at the beach. Everyone's having a good time. They're all going to go in the ocean and catch fish to cook for dinner. It's just some weird tradition or special that the hotel they're staying at provides. Couple problems with this. First of all, they show the ocean where they're about to go catch the fish, and the ocean is bubbling. And the reason it's bubbling is because all the piranhas are in there, and every time they show up, the water starts bubbling like it's boiling. But these idiots decide, they actually start chanting, "We want fish, we want fish," and they start walking to the bubbling ocean, and lo and behold, the piranhas fly out of the ocean. So they're flying out of the ocean, and they're flying onto the beach, killing people left and right. So everyone runs into the hotel and closes the door, except for one guy whose son was killed by the piranhas, who decides that for some reason he wants to take on hundreds of them by himself, and he gets eaten. And while the piranhas are eating him, everyone in the hotel is just sitting there watching them, like with no expression whatsoever, like they don't give a flying fruit that this dude is being eaten alive. It is weird. Yeah. All in all, wasn't too impressed with it. Like I said, I knew it was going to be bad. I just didn't know at what degree and what level of bad it would be. This is probably one I won't watch again unless I'm with a friend and we want a good laugh and talk about how corny it is. And that actually brings me to another idea that a friend and I are coming up with, possibly for the channel. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, overall, not too impressed with Piranha 2. Definitely one that won't break my heart if I don't ever see it again. The original Piranha really wasn't that great either. Matter of fact, the only movie I've seen so far in the Piranha franchise that I've actually enjoyed was the remake of the first one, which I believe came out in 95. I could be wrong, but I think it was 95. That's it. like I said, I knew it would be bad, flying piranhas, but good lord, man, this is just, and this is a, this is actually James Cameron's his directorial debut. The story behind that is the director got fired, so James Cameron, who was I think the special effects supervisor, was promoted to director, and I think he was fired before he was done too. So technically, this is James Cameron's directorial debut, and oh my god, he jokes about this film, and I can see why. It's just not one you want on your resume. So overall, it was just bad. I mean, not bad and I despise it way, just bad, and I'm like, oh god, what were they thinking? Like I said, it won't break my heart if I never see this again. So this week was definitely better than last week, though. I can't complain. So that's it for Piranha 2. Now, what I was talking about earlier with me and my friend coming up with an idea, every Friday on the Shudder app, there was a show for a couple weeks called Joe Bob's Last Drive-In, being hosted by Joe Bob Briggs, who used to do Monster Vision on TNT. They would have a double feature, and instead of commercials, you get Joe Bob talking about the movie, giving you facts and stuff, kind of making fun of it. It is a real cool thing, man. So one of my best friends and I, we would call each other up when it started. He's about an hour and a half away, and we would just, we'd watch the movies together, comment on it, laugh at it, talk about it as we're watching the movie. Well, the last drive-in season ended 2 weeks ago, so we decided we want to keep the Friday night thing going. So as of last week, we've been watching movies. We've been having triple features. Last week we did Friday the 13th, 6 through 8. Last night we did 3 through 5, and we just call each other up, and we'll watch the movie together, talk about it, give our point things out, give our theories and ideas, laugh at it a little bit, just offer commentary during the whole movies. And he made the comment that, this would be a pretty good idea, do a podcast or video. Just, us talking about the movie as we're watching it. And I thought, that's a damn good idea. So we started talking about it, and that this is in the what if stages now, but it's something that we kind of want to do. Obviously, we wouldn't do an episode based on all 3 movies. We'd probably break each movie down into an episode or a podcast or whatever it may be, but obviously you won't see the movie, but it will be us, talking about it and commenting on it. And I've seen these kind of videos on YouTube before, but I mean, we really get to talking during the whole movie, so I think it'll be a cool idea. He thinks it's a cool idea, so we're kind of trying to figure out how we want to do that. Are we really going to do it? How would it work? But yeah, it'll be something to definitely keep your eye out for. Like I said, it's kind of in the brainstorming what if process right now, but I think it'll be a cool idea. So anyway, with that being said, I have rambled on long enough. Okay, I thought the neighbors were still shooting off fireworks. It's almost 2 a.m. It wasn't so. Luckily, they stopped shooting off fireworks at 11:30. They usually go until 3 a.m., so I'm surprised. So yeah, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Saturday Night Horror. Like I said, Piranha 2, I wasn't impressed with it. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode in front of the Blu-ray collection, which I got to make a Blu-ray collection video shortly. I've been wanting to do it for a year now. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had an awesome 4th of July. Hope you have an awesome rest of the weekend. Have an awesome week. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care.